Is it just me, or has TV gotten really complicated? Thankfully, Philo has changed that for me. One service, all the stuff I need. Philo's got current seasons of the shows I can't miss, live on networks like A&E, Paramount, Discovery, and TLC.
Classics like The Office, Martin, and Friends that I never get sick of, and all the incredible originals on AMC Plus, from Mad Men Hello to Orphan Black.
And don't forget their library of more than 75,000 movies and shows, all of which I can save and rewatch anytime for a whole year.
Never miss a minute of shows like The Golden Girls. You know I'm always watching The Golden Girls, and Philo has it.
Best of all, with Philo, you get all of this for just $28 a month.
No contract, no hassles.
Just one subscription and a world of entertainment.
So go to philo.tv and check it out for a free 7-day trial.
That's philo.tv to start watching.
Reconnecting with people in your life is so important, and sending a holiday card is a meaningful way to do that, but it can be hard to know where to start. Shutterfly makes it so easy to share a custom card that's perfectly you.
Shutterfly has a style for everyone. Find a card that reflects your vibe.
No professional photos, no worries. Shutterfly multi-photo designs are great for candid photos, travel photos, or even school photos. I love the Shutterfly card feature because I'm so lazy about going to a store and getting a card for people. And so this way I can just be on my phone. I can take a photo, I can upload it to Shutterfly, I can make the card right there and send it off without having to leave my home or wherever I am.
I've been making really funny ones. I mean, I'm the new Maxine. Find the perfect holiday card for you at Shutterfly.com and start customizing today.
Enjoy 40% off your Shutterfly order with promo code CRAPPENS40 and send something meaningful this year. Get free shipping on qualified orders. See site for more details.
Audible's best of 2024 picks are here.
From memoirs and sci-fi to mysteries and thrillers, Audible's curated list in every category is the best way to hear 2024's best in audio entertainment.
Like a stunning new full cast production of George Orwell's 1984.
And Percival Everett's brilliantly subversive James.
Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen.
I actually am really excited to hear George Orwell's 1984 again, because last time I read that was back in, I don't know, middle school or something like that. And the world has changed so much with technology and everything like that. I feel like now is the perfect time to revisit and listen to it on Audible.
Especially when it's told by a full cast like that. Like it's a full production. It's going to be like a radio play, you know?
That's major.
Go to audible.com/crappins and discover all the year's best waiting for you. That's audible.com/crappins. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all the crap we love to talk about on Ye Olde Bravs. I'm Ronnie. That's the hotness of my life, Ben Mandelker. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Good. I need to get our heads even here on the video.
I know. So I rose up.
Now it's two bald heads, very even with each other. Well, you're
yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Potomac Day. God bless us all. And it's also Crappy Hour Day. That is our bi-weekly Do Not Question Its Sexuality. Kyle Richards will be very upset with you. We don't do that. But it's our bi-weekly Bravo gossip and news show on YouTube Live. Also streamed on Instagram Live if you'd prefer. And guess what? You'll always find it for free to the public on Patreon, which is also where you get all these videos right when they come out and our bonus episodes. So it's fun times over there. This week's bonus episode was just bitching like grumpy old fuckers. We just bitched about everything that old people need to get off of our chests, our very saggy chests. So we did that. So go listen to that. And tonight on Crappy Hour, we have a very special guest, YouTube's own Kempire, the Camp from the Kempire channel. Wonderful guy. We're excited to meet him. We've been enamored with him for a long time on the internet, but we're going to finally meet tonight. So join us for that, 5:30 Pacific time. What say you, Ben? How's everything going? How was your weekend?
Weekend was so fun. I did very exciting things. Like, for instance, I signed myself up on Blue Sky. You know, I cannot resist a trend. And so I hopped on there. So go find me on there, everyone. Ben Mandelker. And other than that, I made a cake. I watched football. I played board games. I did all the really fun things, It was just a really great weekend for me.
Well,
And
that's good.
yeah, and I ate a squash. So, it was good.
Well,
I'm really
Meg,
excited. I am going to do a small plug for my Substack because it's Thanksgiving time here in the States. It's Thanksgiving is next week, and I know if you're like me, you enjoy putting together a Thanksgiving spread. So go check out my Substack, nbdfancy.substack.com, because I have posts on there about Thanksgiving and some ideas, and I'll probably write one this week. So go check it out.
all right, go do it. Blue skies and Substack. There you go. Get your pen all the
Yeah,
time.
all the fun stuff.
So today is Potomac Day. It is called Hard Launch, Soft Landing. Not a good episode for short people, for short guys
Oh
specifically.
yeah.
Short women are okay, but short men die. Just die already. Put yourself into a wood chipper, because let me tell you who hates you. Literally every woman on earth. They hate you, and you don't deserve to live. These short
Well,
guys can't catch a break. I mean, or
mm-mm.
anything that's thrown too high. But these poor guys.
I know our sweet short kings. They finally had an episode that was really they really got to I won't say stand tall, but they got to just be there on screen. And just when they're like feeling a little pop cock in their walk or pop in their whatever, then comes this like tall Adonis football player, and it's like wah wah wah, back to under the bridge you go, you little trolls. Poor short kings, they deserve better. They should not be put on the same episode as the tall Super Bowl winning football player.
And you know
Two of
what?
them,
Short kings rise above. You know what I mean? And of course, I
not
mean
literally.
because that's just not going to happen. But yeah, seriously, stop the short hate. What's wrong with short guys? They have hearts. Their hearts are just the same size, but maybe a little not as tall. But they're still the same size hearts. Be nice to short people, you jerks.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's
yeah.
go on the screen. 7 days until Karen's court date. So
Mm.
Karen is watering plants and she's talking to them. And I think this is kind of like Karen's version of Munchausen by proxy, just like forcing her plants to drink. So like she can put the shift somewhere else.
Right. She's like, I'm coming, children. Hold on. Mommy's going to give you some water. Yes, mommy's giving you water. It's like turpentine. She's like, oh no, you're sick again.
We don't know what it is. It's a mysterious. My plants have been walking sideways all day. Now who's driving drunk, you little ficus bitch?
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about my ficus. There's a court case. I cannot talk about this.
So then we go see how busy Karen is. And she's like, guys, we are going to start organizing a marketing plan for July. So that's our next area of focus.
Wow.
Up July. So in July, we need to tell people it's July. Get your face done. I don't know.
There's
So
one.
it's like a step above organizing brochures.
I have one word. Hashtag boss bitch. Hello. They're going to start organizing a maybe marketing plan. I'm so excited for her. boss bitch brochure marketing plan.
She's like, possibly happy hour immediately after. Got you. So that's great. We go from Karen trying to pretend her plants are the drunk, from Karen trying to turn all of her employees into alcoholics. So that's
exactly. And then we go to Mia and Jacqueline at lunch, and Mia's like, well, Inca's here this weekend, of course, so there's going to be a little bit more on and popping. And Jacqueline's like, and I'll be the first one in line to pop because I am here to stay. I'm the number one sidekick. I'm not a sidekick at all. What are you talking about? I'm number one. Thank you.
And Jacqueline is doing this whole like, I was the one who told you to get more D, honey. Yeah. I'm like, who are you even being right now? You've never been like this. Why are you being like this? Like she's like, look at my personality. It's on a 12 out of 10.
Yeah. And also, like, do you think you actually win a trophy for telling someone who's divorcing, you need to get some more D? Like, I'm sorry. That was not innovative advice.
Oh, she was getting more D long before she was divorced.
Yeah.
Mia was probably getting that D like on her wedding night from this kid,
Yeah, let me tell you something. The letter D comes before G.
What?
I was being sassy. I said the
What'd
letter
you say? I
G
didn't
comes,
hear it.
but I said the letter G comes before D. I mean, sorry, I
Oh,
said the letter D comes before G. See, now I've ruined up my own sass. I
sorry,
was
I didn't
like,
hear it.
girl, the letter D happens before G, meaning that she was getting dick way before she even met G.
I get
Although,
it. I just didn't hear it. So then I'm not dumb. I'm just deaf. Okay. So she's like, yeah, I was the one who told you. You better get that D, babe. I was like, oh my gosh, stop auditioning for whatever you think you're auditioning for because you're still failing. How are you doing like your third season on this show? I mean, Potomac's just like, but she's so nice. Like, did she bring gummy worms to the staff? I mean, what does Jacqueline do for you guys exactly?
maybe. So then we land at Stacy's apartment for a big Stacy and TJ scene. By the way, I have a hot take about TJ. I don't think you're gonna see this one coming. You know who I think TJ looks like in the face?
Mm-mm.
If you really look at his face, especially when he's not doing his big fake smile, it's mainly
A
when he's not doing
potato.
his big face smile. A potato. No, he looks like Dorothy. Um,
Savornak?
no, Candace's mother, Dorothy. Just look at his face. I'm telling you, just look at it when he's not smiling, and I think you will see it. Just trust me on this,
Wow.
everyone.
You know what's so weird? I can't think of Dorothy's face, but I can think of her voice. Hear her voice, but not her face, which is
it's
weird.
it's
I get
there.
traumatized by people getting beat with purses, so
Oh
that
yeah.
might be it. Might just black it out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's my hot take. I would love to see if anyone else sees it, and
Now I
if
have to
not,
look it up. Hold on, Ben. God damn it, Ben.
if he's
All
smiling,
right.
you're not going to see it if he's smiling. But there were some moments where he like was when he's not smiling and he forgets to smile. He actually goes into a scowl, which I think is very telling. He's like, mm. And so when he's in his scowl face, that's when he becomes Dorothy.
I can see it.
You see it?
Actually, here, yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up so everybody can see
We're
what
gonna share it with
you're
Crap is on
talking about.
Demand.
Yeah, hold on. Oh gosh, of course we've got a million ads now that I have to pop off here. But yeah, let me share it too. Why would you do this to me? Now I'm gonna be thinking of this the whole day. Like, why would you do this to this poor man? You know, he doesn't deserve that.
Oh,
But he does.
that's Dorothy.
So
That's
that's
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Okay, so you want me to look him up now too?
Oh,
Okay. So what's his name?
TJ. That's all we
TJ
know.
from Real
Trader
Housewives.
Joe's. It's a Trader Joe's sign.
So you don't want him smile. Okay, so
Not
you want him
smiling.
like a serious face. Okay.
Yeah, serious.
So do you see
I
him?
don't. I don't know if this is totally supporting my theory. This image right here that you brought up.
Really? He's scowling.
I know. You know what? I will find a
Okay,
side by
let's look at
side.
this. This is Dorothy.
She's very despondent in that photo. She just found out Candace left the show.
I feel like these are similar vibes that they're showing off.
Okay. They're
That's funny.
vibey twins. I will come back with better evidence when the time is right. When the time is right, I will come back.
That's just funny. Okay, so Stacy is like, he's like, so I have to say, I really love this place because we haven't talked about it, and that's very cool that I appreciate. hmm
Hmm.
Yeah, it's I think you did a great job picking it.
She
You
goes,
really don't know how to. Do you know how to talk to anybody? Like, are you just this bad around women? Because you're not nervous around women, is he?
he's
It just
you know
what's wrong with him?
he's just someone who has been doing the on-air thing so long that they can't talk like a normal person. I don't know if you've ever met someone like that, but like people who are just constantly in morning show voice and
Yeah,
it's just like they can't talk normally. They can't say like, "Oh,
yeah.
this place looks really cool." It's like, "Your place looks wonderful. I love what you've done here. We're going to have all the details on how you can get this look for cheaper tomorrow at 7 a.m." You're like,
Yeah, I'm friends with a school teacher. She's one of my best friends, and she teaches young kids, really young kids. And she talks like this all the time. So she'll be like, "Are we going out tonight? I can't wait. Where are we gonna go?" I'm like, "Okay,
"Oh
get
no."
your kindergarten voice off. Okay, you turn the adult and her adult voice. It's not like she suddenly turns into like, 'Well, hello, where are we going for drinks?' Like she doesn't do that, but at least like I feel like she's gonna change my diaper every time I hang out with her. I'm like, "Girl, drop the kid voice, okay? I'm 50. I'm almost 50 years old. Are you gonna eat all that? Good for you. That looks delicious." Oh my god, girl.
Oh god, that would drive me absolutely nuts. So
She's so sweet though, and it's really fun to talk to her about serious things. She'll be like, "You had sex with who? That's amazing. What was his penis like?" I'm like, "Oh my, please be quiet. We're in a restaurant."
please write it out right here on this triple lined loose leaf paper. That's like my memory of kindergarten.
Oh gosh.
Upstairs, downstairs letters.
Yeah, so anyway, I've never met anybody who talks like this though, because this isn't even morning show. This I just want to repeat his sentence because I think it's extremely important because someone needs to study this guy. Because some people are like, he's gay, and then some people are like, no, he's not, he's just really Christian. And then some people are like, leave him alone. He didn't do nothing but not have sex. No, there's like a weird vibe all over this guy. So I'm gonna repeat the sentence so you guys can let it sink in with no inflection, okay? I have to say, I love this place because we haven't talked about it. This is something that's very cool that I appreciate. I think you did a great job choosing it. Are you from AI?
I know. It
Who
sounds very
talks like
chat
this?
GPT. It sounds very, very chat GPT. So Stacy's like, I love my crash pad, my new space away from the complications of my divorce. It's a place where I can go when my husband's at home with Arabella. It's like my little sanctuary away from Arabella. And Stacy then says, so we're here in my new crash pad, so we're going to do something to mark this occasion. And I'm going to paint you, and you're going to paint me. And then maybe I'll give you a blow job. Just try to sneak it in there, TJ. I see you running for the door. Okay, it was just a joke. Just a joke, TJ.
I meant blow on your soup. Have a seat. The name Arabella sounds like a casino in a small town, doesn't it? Like Mariah Carey's coming. She'll be playing at the Arabella. Damn, poor Mariah.
I'm sure there's a casino in Idaho called the Arabella. There was someone on Love Island UK named Arabella, and she came back for All Stars, and she just kept on getting dumped. And every time she get dumped, she's like, I just don't understand. Like, what is wrong? Like, I'm like a 10 out of 10. What are people doing this to me? It's like, are you kidding me?
I wish I could be there so I could be the host and I could be like, ciao, Arabella. Or I could be like, bye, Arabella. Say something every time she gets kicked off.
How about Arabella?
Era, you made an era. And now it's ciao, Bella.
We'll reach out to Ariana, see if she can hook that up for you with her Love Island Connects.
She's too famous now.
I know, she's so famous now. She's like, she's so famous.
She's president. She got nominated. She got elected.
She actually
got elected into presidentism.
She won a state. So anyway, where were we again? Oh yeah, Stacy. So she's like,
Arabella. I'm gonna gamble in her later
Arabella.
for bingo.
I just love the way Stacy says Arabella too. She really leans into every single syllable. Arabella. So she's like, so since we're in my new crash pad, oh yeah, so we're going to paint, okay? And then we will reveal our portraits, and then the winner gets something good. Season passes to the zoo? Yes, season passes to the zoo. That's exactly what I was going to say, TJ.
Because everything is a childish thing, right? We're going to paint, and whoever does the best gets a prize. Then they talk about going to the zoo all the time. It's so weird. It's like, do you want a juice box or my box? Choose. What do you want? Like, Jesus, get an adult, please. So then he's like, I just want to go to the track and work out. Let me guess, you shower there. And she's like, wait, is that what you want to win? And he goes, yeah, what do you want? She's like, a dick. What do you think I want? A dick. I don't even care what the dick would look like at this point. You could have a pinky dick. I don't care. Just give it to me. Give me some dick. He's like, the track? She's like, no, I'm sorry. I want to give you a spa day. Spa day. I want to give you a spa day.
He's like, okay, so one of those spas, you go to the women's side, I go to the men's spa. Sounds great. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm flirting with you. Accept this flirtation. He's like, hey, I am. Hey, look, I can flirt right back with you. I'm going to open up some paint. Look at me twisting off the top, and I'm going to show you that if you really want to get a dab of paint, you stick this thing in it. And that was flirtation.
He's like, now some people like putting this thing in the hole to punch it until stuff comes out of the hole. Personally, I like getting another tube and slapping them together until something happens. It's like, wait a minute.
Here's how we're going to paint. We're
We
going to
call it
take these
sword
two.
fighting.
TJ, what are you doing with those tubes? Oh, I'm sending them to Tube Zoo.
Do you have a paper towel?
The tubes really like to work out and then go to the zoo. I'm flirting with you back.
Yeah, really mature sexuality jokes aside, there's just no sexuality here. So just give it, and that's okay. Some people just don't have very high, everybody, there's so many different things, but get you one that does. You know what I mean? Get the right thing. Don't keep
Yeah.
waiting for something that's never going to come. You ordered your food an hour ago. It still hasn't come. Go to McDonald's. You know what I mean? Stop waiting for your fucking food. It's going to be inferior by the time it gets here anyway. It's going to be stale. It's going to be sitting under that heat lamp for an hour. You don't want it. Get a better plate.
It's also, I think it's in combination with his cheesiness. He's like really cheesy, which is why everyone's like, something is like off with this guy. And like, it's one thing to be like, okay, I'm devout or whatever, but it's like the devout and the super cheesy vibes that are happening. Everyone's like, no, everyone believes this is a front. So Stacy's like, TJ has been very clear that he is a devout Christian, so that means we are practicing celibacy. In case you didn't know, I just have to bring it up one more time in case you're wondering why I'm hanging out with a creepy-ass guy right now with a giant smile that looks like he wants to kill someone and when he's not on camera. So now that I've been celibate for over a year now, it's been a challenge.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Listen, weight loss drugs and GLP-1s are all anybody's talking about right now. They're everywhere, but it's confusing to figure out how to get them. But it doesn't have to be. Through Hims and Hers, you can get access to a budget-friendly weight loss program personalized just for you.
Hims and Hers connects you with a medical provider who will work with you to determine your best treatment option. And if prescribed, you get the medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, complete with ongoing support, check-ins, medication adjustments, and answers to questions 100% online at no additional cost.
Through Hims and Hers, weight loss plans are more affordable, starting at $199 per month with a 12-month subscription paid up front. No hidden fees, no access fees, and no membership fees.
Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/crappens.
That's FORHERS.com/crappens for your personalized weight loss treatment options.
Forhers.com/crappens.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply.
This episode is sponsored by DoorDash.
You've heard us talking about the latest Dash Pass annual plan benefit, Stream Max with ads included at no extra cost. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you waiting for?
Ronnie, you're a big Last of Us fan, right?
Oh, I sure am. The HBO original, The Last of Us. It's about to start another season.
What would you order on DoorDash while you watch The Last of Us?
Well, while I'm watching Last of Us, I prefer eating salads from DoorDash because the zombies are plants. So you're kind of eating the zombie plant people, you know?
Oh, good. You're restoring order.
Yeah, it's on theme.
Sign up for a Dash Pass annual plan and get Max included at no extra cost.
It's your door to more.
Max is now included with your Dash Pass annual plan. Stream Max with ads up to $120 value included at no extra cost.
Terms apply. See DoorDash.com/Max for details. So she's like, "Oh, this is what people do when they're on dates." And he's like, "And don't they have wine?" She goes, "Oh, you would like a glass of wine?" He's like, "No." She goes, "Oh, right, because you don't drink, you don't smoke." He's like, "I don't sleep with you." I'll say it. There. That's what I thought you were going to ask for, but I'm not going to do it. Good luck to you. Am I right? You're not getting anything from this.
She's like,
This isn't fun. Like, he can be Christian. It doesn't mean you have to. Let him pray. It's freedom of religion, but it's your freedom to not practice. Go. Let him practice celibacy. You practice fucking. Go do that.
yeah, exactly. So then she's like, well, could I ask for that for you to sleep with me? And he goes, listen, you can ask Santa Claus for a new car, but that doesn't mean you're going to get it. And she's like, okay, well, that went downhill quick. He's like, sorry.
Santa Claus would fuck you faster than this guy. Yeah, I'll bet you if you asked Santa Claus to fuck you, he'd do it. I
I
mean,
think
you'd have to kind of wade through the fupa a little bit, and you know that
it
that
might be
bush
worth
is
it.
like older than Barbara, but still, he'd do it.
By the way, I do believe that Santa Claus does deliver new cars because, hello, there's a whole series of Lexus December to Remember sales events that happen with beautiful red bows on top of Lexuses every single year on TV. So where did those come from? A car dealership? I don't think so. Those are from the North Pole.
North Pole, I'll take it. No, not that. Not that.
Isn't there a whole thing? Who told me? Did you tell me about this or did someone else? And I don't know if this is verified. This is, I think, just something that someone told me that, like, in the Mormon community, isn't there like some sort of thing where like for people who are practicing celibacy or abstinence, they like lie naked on top of each other on a bed, but there's special beds that like vibrate back and forth. So it's like they're not having sex, it's just the vibrations are causing friction. Does this sound
No,
familiar
I've
to
never
you?
heard of that. That's so exciting.
This feels like something I would have learned from you. So it's weird that I'm
I
telling
don't
you it.
think so.
I hope I
Yeah,
got that
I don't
right.
think I've ever known about a moving bed that makes you climax. I'll take it.
I'm just saying that could be something for TJ because it's like he's just lying there. He's not having sex. He's just lying there. And it just so happens that the furniture is moving.
I love that you're like tricking God. God's like, wow, look at them just enjoying their time. Okay, I'll just move on to, all the hurricanes. Tricked him.
God's like, now I know I made that vibrating bed, and I know I made these two celibate people, but well, I guess they're just lying there. Okay, moving on.
So they're joking about how he's not going to bang her, and she goes, "Well, I guess that went downhill quick. So let's just have the next conversation. I'm going to catch her. Everything beautiful about you. Oh, those muscles. Yeah, I'm going to get those muscles." He's like, "You're not going to get those muscles, but you can have fun painting them." So then they show each other their paintings, and they're cute. It's like two 5-year-olds did paintings of each other, and hers is basically a big penis and his is of like a no sign, like that goes over no smoking, but with a little stick figure of a lady in the middle. That was just cute.
And then he burned it up. It was so weird when he lit it on fire and threw it out the window. He said it was too sexy.
Yeah, he called it a witch, and that was done.
Yeah, it was awkward. By the way, I did look it up, and the Mormon thing, it's called soaking, and but I don't know if it's actually verified or if it's just an urban legend that goes around. But for people who are like, Ben, it's called soaking, that's what it's called, soaking.
Well, I don't know. I suggest no one look that up on Pornhub because I don't think that's what's going to come up.
Yeah, I think we don't want to see any sort of visual of two people just lying on each other while the bed shakes.
No. Okay, so this was really sad. And then she's like, "Well, I have to tell you, on our girls trip, they asked me about you and our relationship. They don't believe that you could, be a man of God. They think, that you're running game on me. What do you think of that? Please be running game on me, please. Oh God, running game on me right now, please.
Oh, running
Cleaner
game. Is that like going to the track where we're going to run and then work out? God, I'm so glad they were talking about me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing me up on your girls' trip. Now I know why there are cameras here. This is really working out well. She's like, so we see flashbacks of Giselle asking questions about TJ and everything, and the women being like, okay. So TJ goes, listen, I'm okay with them saying whatever they want to say until they meet me. And she says, but you're going to meet them on Friday because Jassi is having an event for her Super Bowl winning boyfriend who she has sex with. Lots and lots of sex with him all the time. Wow. Hold on one second. Let me just imagine what that is like. All right. I repressed it. What were we talking about?
We're going to celebrate him because he just won Super Bowls. Oh, God, big Super Balls. They're probably just ready to rip. Super Bowl? Sorry. Okay. She says it's a small get together. You're going to meet everybody. But when I say laugh, I mean, they're like, oh, bah! They're going to really laugh. And he's like, well, guess what? They're not making fun of us. Okay. Because I'm trying to follow God. So they're not making fun of us. They're making fun of God.
And he says it so excitedly. He's like, they're making fun of God. It's all good. They're not making fun of us. They're making fun of God. And she's like, okay, all right. Still horny. Still don't want to go to the zoo. Don't care who they're making fun of because I have needs that need to be met. Okay, great.
So then we go to Ashley's house, and she's hosting tonight. And it's really cute. I don't know if she uses like a Siri or if she uses an Alexa, but the song that plays now every time Ashley comes on is bang, bang, bang. Lock those kids up. You're shooting. You're at work. Put those kids in a crate. I don't care what you need to do, but every time she comes on the screen now, it's not only children, it's child terrorists. Okay,
It is.
protesting something with Ryan with iron arms, iron bars, hitting up against things. Put those kids away. Give them a Benadryl. I can't take anymore.
It is wild. These are the loudest kids on Bravo, but also these are kids who are adamant about spending as little time walking on a floor as possible. Last week we saw one kid on top of this SUV, and then this time like both kids are just flopping around on the kitchen island. Now I don't know, is that like normal for toddlers? Because like my instinct was to say they should not be on that kitchen island, just sitting there flopping around, sitting just like they should be like if they're gonna sit and eat like their apple slices, do it on a chair or the floor, but not the kitchen island. But am I naive? Is this like a place where parents put their kids these days?
Yeah. Kids love kitchen islands. Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean, look,
my
if
first
that's the way it
memory
is, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Okay, I can be flexible.
My first memory in my whole life was sitting on an ironing board while my mom was walking around the kitchen with curlers in her hair on the wired phone, the big curly phone, in our avocado and orange kitchen. And I was sitting on the ironing board, probably while there was an iron heating up for it to do iron.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? There was a kid in my elementary school who had like a big sort of like orange sort of like oval kind of like scarred or dark patch because he once thought the iron was a telephone and he picked it up and put it up against his cheek. That could have been you, Ronnie. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I didn't answer the phone. I was like an adult even then. It's like I'm now. I don't answer the phone. I don't hate it.
You're like,
And back then I was like, send me a telegram. Like I didn't answer the fucking phone.
Yeah, I'm not getting off of this ironing board.
I'm busy. So then, anyway, Ashley's having Giselle and Karen over, and she's making buckets of bevs. And Giselle's there first, and they're talking about how they need to talk to Karen because, Karen has to do some court time. And then we see 5 days until Karen's court date, and a screenshot that says, but the plants are the real alcoholics. Dun, 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 dun.
So Ashley's offering some drinks and everything like that, and some beverages, and they're sort of settling down. And Ashley starts talking about how Ashley is saying, she offers up, she goes, do you want some olive oil and lemon, this olive oil and lemon drink? And Giselle's like, olive oil and lemon? And she's like, yeah, it's supposed to be like good for her skin. I'm like, girl, that is not a drink. You're drinking salad dressing. Olive oil and lemon juice is salad dressing.
But does it work differently when you just drink it?
I don't think it works at all, I'm gonna say.
Really?
Olive oil and lemon juice. I mean, I think they're both healthy ingredients, but I don't. It's like she's like, yeah, it's this new thing where you take lemon juice and mix it with olive oil. I'm like, yeah, I do that every single night when I make a salad. Literally, add some dill and some pistachios. It's delicious.
God, you're so fancy. God, listen to that salad. Dill. Add some dill and some
pistachios. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. First rule. Anytime I go to the supermarket, no matter what, even if I don't have a plan for it, you always pick up a little thing of dill, and you always have dill ready to go, and you throw it in that salad.
Little Allison Roman dill.
It's an Allison Roman salad. I'm telling you, I've been making it for like 4 years straight. It never gets old. Dill, pistachios, garlic, and this new magnificent health drink called olive oil and lemon juice.
But I think this olive oil and lemon is something that the people who don't eat a lot of calories do because they don't get any calories. So it's like a way of getting your calories and your fats while also just not having to eat. And it's like what really thin people do. It's like when thin people are like, oh, yeah, I eat all the time. And you're like, oh, really? What do you eat? They're like, oh, gosh, nuts, peanut butter. So I
Air.
tried that and I just kept gaining even more weight. And I was like, this is bullshit, you know? And then they're like, well, what else are you eating? And I would tell them, no, they only eat nuts. They'll eat like a handful of nuts and that's it. They're like, oh, no, you eat nuts because they're packed densely with calories. So you only have to have a few and then you don't have to eat anything else. I'm like, who lives like this? Who like purposely eats things dense in calories so they only have to eat a little bit? That's no way to live. Jesus.
Yeah. You know what's funny? It's like if olive oil and lemon juice is like, if that's the thing you drink because you don't really eat very much, what does it say about the people who have just lettuce with olive oil and lemon juice? It's like, whoa, whoa. That's that's pretty intense that you're taking on the lettuce there.
Yeah, it's disgusting, you sloth.
This is
Glutton.
you glutton adding lettuce to the olive oil and lemon juice.
Oh, yeah, it's like when
Um,
people are like, "Oh my god, you eat fruit? What kind though?" And you're like, "Grapes." "The worst kind." "Well, watermelon." "Watermelon? That is the worst fruit." "Bananas?" "Oh, bananas are." "Oh, let me guess. For vegetables, you eat carrots." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "That you eat the Snickers bars of vegetables." That's actually what a Weight Watchers lady named Janelle once
oh
told me
God,
a long
Janelle.
time ago.
You know what?
Fucking Janelle.
I think you need to revisit the things that Janelle has said to you because you've carried them with you for a very long time. And
Well, I
every now and
started when I
then
was 13.
Janelle shows up on this podcast and you're like, well, unfortunately I can't eat that because Janelle told me. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's time that we put Janelle on trial because I don't know if she's necessarily right about the things that she has said.
I don't think she's right either, and I'll bet she's chubby too. I'll bet she's chubby now all these years later, and fucking judgy ass Janelle. I'll bet she was like, "Screw that! I'm not listening to anything." I think she was probably like forcing us to do it, and then she was going home and eating M&Ms because
Yeah,
guess who didn't have to weigh in? Janelle. The
of
rest of
course.
us had to get on there and cry every week, but not Janelle. She's like, "Well, my nails might cost more weight anyway," because she had these really big long nails. And I don't know. I never saw proof that Janelle was even following the program, honestly.
She's probably at home right now eating a meatloaf and listening to Bruno Mars.
Like, surely he's not talking about me. It's a different Janelle. It's you, Janelle.
That's you.
It's fucking you. Okay.
You traumatized my poor Ronnie with all your bad misinformation, Janelle.
She's like, this wouldn't even be me. He's not even talking about El Paso, Texas. Yes, I am. I'm talking about El Paso. Well, there's a lot of Weight Watchers meetings in El Paso. Surely he's not talking about the one that took place on Saturdays at Zach White Elementary on Love Road. Yes, I am. Yes, I am talking about that.
Janelle's
Janelle,
like,
it's you.
I mean, he was obviously a gay child. I was just putting on a campy performance for him. Did he really take what I said seriously?
I didn't even like dick until you told me Snickers are only for gay people.
She's like, I was just trying to be a gay icon for him.
You are a gay icon. That you won with. I love you, Janelle. They'll never make me hate you. So let's see. So now they're talking about Ashley's mom, and she's like, "Oh, I put my mom on olive oil and lemon because she has heart problems." Don't give your mom olive oil to drink because she has heart problems. Listen, people, you're not your own doctors. Ashley, that especially pertains to you. You don't give someone with heart problems. You don't have them chugging fucking oil, girl.
She's like, no, she's on a strict vinaigrette only diet. So
We cut the fat out.
we got all that fatty iceberg lettuce. So so then she's talking about, yeah, she's just trying to get her mom to be healthier. And all that sort of stuff. So now Karen shows up and they're all eating outside. And Giselle's like, oh, Ashley, well, I haven't seen popcorn with croissants before, so this is actually a little different, but I'm here for it. Which is her way of saying, what the hell did you put out for us? Popcorn and croissants.
Yes. Yes. Matthew's like, yeah, my kids love it. So let's see. She has to get an Omni something, some sort of a test, right? So
Her
then
mom
Giselle,
does, yeah.
I mean, yeah, the mom. So then Karen comes and Karen's like, oh God, look at all this food. I'm just so glad I came here. I'm so glad. Do you have anything I can put in my purse? This liquid for my plants are really going through it right now. They haven't grieved. They haven't grieved.
Well, Karen, it's been so good. I'm so happy to see you. Finally, I haven't seen you since Lake Norman. Well, that was a lot.
that Lake Norman Bates. I thought, to be honest, I was really disappointed in Mia and Jacqueline, who were saying that I came to them for alcohol rehabilitation. And Ashley's like, well, they said you needed help. She's like, well, that's what Mia said. She's a liar. She's an opioid addict. Oh, did I say that part? But anyway, she has a problem with opioids. Anyway, I do hear that they based Breaking Bad off of her. So I don't know. Read what you want to read. It's all on YouTube.
I love that Karen was stalking Mia's YouTube to find evidence of Mia wrongdoing. Because then we see the YouTube clip, and it's from 2019. And Mia's, oh God, it was 2019. Why does it look like 10 years ago? Mia looks so different, right? She's like, I had an opioid adult overdose at a very young age, and I was hospitalized for weeks. And then I decided to search for a more holistic form of medicine, and I was introduced to chiropractic care. Listen, that's a sweet story, and I do not believe 2 seconds of that. Do not break opioid addiction with chiropractor. I'm sorry, but this is absolute crap, and please don't people believe that, okay? Go get some real help.
Mia is like a known liar, and I just always laugh when her lies surface. Okay, she says she had an opioid overdose at a very young age. So right now she's what, like 37, 38? She was like, I don't know, she makes it sound like she was 12 years old when she had it. I'm not even going to debate it because it's a little tacky to debate when she had her overdose.
Well, I believe that, I believe that she had issues and stuff. I'm just saying I don't believe that. I think it's kind of dangerous to tell people, like, you healed that with chiropractor. Like,
I just thought it was such a, I agree. I sort of chuckled because, she's like, I had an opioid overdose, which is like such a scary thing to say. Like, you're like, oh yeah, I had an opioid overdose. But luckily, because of the joint chiropractic, I found a new way forward. It's like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like her own cult type thing. So Karen's like, go ahead, look at the YouTube. Look at the YouTube channel. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. And Giselle's like, well, Karen's deflecting. It's so funny. Giselle, this whole scene was really funny. Everything Karen said, she'd be like, deflection. And deflection.
Yeah. She's like, I just hope she doesn't lash out. And Karen goes, well, you know what? I'm proud of Mia that she beat it. She beat the opioid addiction, and, but of course, if you strike at me, I'm like an opioid that doesn't miss, okay? Because I'm going to strike at you and I will finish it. I mean, bottom line is, let me be very real right now. Let me be, normally I would like to say, let me be very clear, but now I want to be very real too. So let me be very real right now. I have to protect my peace. Maybe not so much traffic medians, but I will protect my peace.
And Giselle's like, we know you have a big week next week. Huge. Yeah, clink, clink. And Karen's like, yes, it's true. And she's like, so how are you feeling? And she's like, well, let's be very real. Let me be very real right now. Completely transparent and real as real can be. I did nothing. And I'm innocent. So anybody else?
I'm sorry, I can no longer speak about this. Well, do you want some lemon juice now? I'm sorry, I cannot discuss beverages right now. There is a court case, so we'll just have to put that on the back burner for right now.
I just can't sleep. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I take Ray's balls off of my forehead and I say, Ray, please, put your balls on the ground. I cannot wake up another night at 3 a.m. being suffocated by your balls. Funny thing is, he's across the entire room. Let me tell you, those things never stop growing. Men stop growing, but their balls in their ears never. He's either tripping me with his balls or his ears. Like, it's horrible.
This scene is so funny because Giselle is just relishing with this fake. What do you call this, Ronnie? You always say that the fake concern trolling. What's it called?
Oh, concern trolling.
Where she's like, so you have a court case coming up.
So driving court case.
Your court case, which I'll mention again on camera. She keeps mentioning it. It's just so gleefully because she just knows how uncomfortable it makes Karen. So then Karen, of course, but this is what they all do to each other. So I'm just like, just cracking up watching it. And she's like, well, it's really hard when you want to open up, but legally you can't. You are legally not allowed to open up. Unfortunately, I have to keep all my emotions and thoughts and feelings repressed inside me because it's against the law to be open. So I can't say anything more. I'm sure you all understand, America.
But I've paid my lawyer and I've talked to Jesus. We good, ladies.
Well, everyone has expressed how much we want the best for you, and if you do need to go to a rehab facility, we can do that too, and we can hold up our cameras and watch you go in, and we'll clap and then laugh afterwards. So, anything you need from us.
Oh, I know. And you know what? I really, really appreciate that. And I'm here for you too, Giselle, because I know that Jamal was engaged. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, Karen is very happy
Like a car starting out in the snow with that.
So I guess I'm going through a hardship. How about you, Giselle? Looks like your man found someone before you. How do you feel about that? God, you're so lonely and sad. How's it feel to know that you're going to die alone? How's that feel, Giselle?
I've always got a shot in my person in case you just need to be put down, Giselle, out of your misery. Like a broken horse that no one's ever going to ride again. How do you feel about that, Giselle?
Soldiers have little cyanide pills, and when things get too tough, they just can eat that and just go down quietly. Maybe you would like that someday, but next time you try to go out to eHarmony, you get no responses.
Take the pill, Giselle. Take the pill. Go towards the light, Giselle. You're useless on earth. How does that make you feel, Giselle? And Giselle's just like, reflection. And she goes, well, I knew it was coming, and I'm happy for him. Like, I told him to get married, because you know who needs to get married? Pastors and politicians, which are basically the same thing. I love that she has that in her head. It's like pastors and politicians. That's who needs to be married.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
With big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it.
Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how many times with other mobile providers I thought I was going to be paying one thing per month, and then surprise, I'm paying much more. And I just love that Mint Mobile is straight up.
All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/crappins. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/crappins.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Oh man, the change over from summer to fall has been so lovely. I love fall clothes, and it's so nice getting an upgrade from my regular old dusty hoodie to something brand new and stylish from Quince.
I know, this is like layering season, and I am ready for a beautiful, beautiful sweater. Quince offers affordable, high-quality essentials for any wardrobe.
I just got the most adorable casual jacket, which I'm going to use more than anything else in my wardrobe from Quince. I mean, I look adorable in
You look adorbs.
I can't even oversell this. I look adorable in this thing.
You do. And I honestly, like their fall sweaters, I'm loving the color palette they have for them. They're just like very subtle, like a lot of stones and beiges. It's really my vibe for fall 2024.
Upgrade your wardrobe with pizzas made to last with Quince. Go to quince.com/crappins for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/crappins to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/crappins.
Yeah.
They also, a lot of cheating going on.
Yeah.
A lot of cheating going on there.
So then Giselle says that basically Jamal took the girls to dinner and said, by the way, I'm going to get engaged. And the girls were shocked because they didn't even know he had a girlfriend. So it just went from like, I have a friend to we're going to get married. And she goes, different strokes for different folks. Ah, ha, ha.
So she's like, why didn't you tell me, Giselle? Why wouldn't you tell me? I have to get this ammunition from a newspaper. And Giselle's like, well, I don't even think about it. Like, that's Jamal's life. I want the best for him. I want him to be happy. Blah, 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 blah. Drunk. Are you drunk right now? And Jaren's like, well, the bottom line is I want you to be happy. This is your time. You're like a plum. It's just about to turn. You're so juicy. And tomorrow you're going to be just a bruise. You're going to be one bruised, leaky plum, Giselle. So keep enjoying life while you can, Giselle.
Leaky plum.
I had a
So
leaky plum in my fridge the other day. Can you tell? That's how so knowledgeable. I was like,
you
God
can always
damn, plums get really nasty.
people can always tell what's going on with our lives based off the random references that we make. It's never an accident, people. Never.
Leaky plum.
You're like a turkey that hasn't thawed yet for Friendsgiving. So now we go to Wendy and her family. They're going to like lunch because graduation. Some of her kids have graduated out of Cameron graduated out of kindergarten or preschool to kindergarten, and one of the kids is now going to go into middle school. So the whole family's gotten together. They're all coming in. It's Wendy, Eddie, her mom. There's another guy there. I'm assuming that's Wendy's brother. I feel like he didn't talk, nor did he ever receive a chyron, right? Or maybe he received a chyron and I missed
I
it.
don't think he ever spoke. He never said one thing. And I was waiting too. I was like, oh, sure. And because they would show him and it looks like he's going to open his mouth, but then nothing else.
They put him right in the middle too. It's like the mom was off to the side, but like it was all about the mom this scene. But they put the brother like just in the middle. I was like, no, no talking, no.
So yeah, the kids are graduating from stuff, and they order their food, and the daughter's like, "How long is that gonna take?"
Yeah, I was very impressed that the daughter Cameron, is like obsessed with escargot, which I think is hilarious. She's like, "Give me the snail."
Yeah, she loves that slimy snails. And so then they start talking about this white party that they're going to have. And the mom's like, well, I may show up in a different color. And she's like, Mom, please do not come here with anything else but white. And she's like, I love a theme and I love celebrating Dr. Wendy. And then we get a montage of how many times Wendy celebrated her birthday.
It was a lot.
Over and over and over.
And it culminates with her saying, not only am I in my 40s, I got 4 degrees too. And everyone's like, okay.
Grumbles. They're just like grumble, mumble, and out. So Eddie's like, well, this was the party started as an idea and now it's turned into a second wedding. And Susan's like, is that why I'm not getting my allowance this month? And she's like, well, Mom, since that's all you care about, I will Venmo you $500 right now. So she does. And Susan's like, 4 days late. Oh my gosh. You know what? You know what those stickers that say stop elder abuse? That's where these come from. It's probably her. It's probably Susan made that because her allowance was late for a few days. You better stop the elder abuse. I won't take it.
So now Wendy tells us that in Nigerian culture, the parents raise you, but then when they get older, you're supposed to take care of them. And her mom does not care about any of Wendy's expenses. Her mom is basically always there at the start of the month with her hand out, being like, okay, time for allowance. Come on, where's my $500? You know what? I think you probably deserve it. Once you get to a certain age, after the hell that your kids put you through, I think you deserve a few dollars back.
Oh, hell no. No way.
I knew you were going to say that.
No way.
As soon as the words came out of my mouth, I knew you could be like, absolutely not.
Yeah, remember when you kicked me out when I was 15? Screw you. You're not getting shit. You're lucky I buy you M&Ms occasionally. No, I'm just kidding, guys. If you ever need it, call Ben. He's very giving.
I will. I'll take care of your parents. So Wendy starts talking about how for this white party that they're doing, that they invited Eddie's side of the family. And there's all these issues with Eddie's side of the family because, well, I don't know. It's just stuff that goes by. It's between both halves of the family. They hate each other.
Yeah, they hate each other, and it goes back to their village and like them calling each other evil or something. I mean, there was something back there. I forgot the whole story. Like there was I forget the whole story. You know what? I'm gonna bungle it. So sometimes it's okay to just be quiet because I don't really remember the story. But it was something back to their village, and it carried over to here, and it's not good. So they've never come to anything. The wedding, they don't know the kids, any of that. But now they're mysteriously going to show up, and so she's like, "Are they coming in peace?" Because you don't really know. Because they could be coming to be like, you've been talking shit about us on TV for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're just coming here to tell you, fuck you on camera. Okay, stand up for ourselves. So I'm kind of hoping it's the latter, just because that'll be more fun for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
No,
really
let's see.
excited about that. Yeah, but they basically have not been showing up to anything. So they are intrigued to know whether they're going to be coming. And so then they're talking to the kids. And Eddie's like, well, by the way, congrats to the graduates. We're very proud of you guys. You've achieved a lot. And this is just the beginning. And Wendy's like, and you guys can do whatever your heart desires. My only requirement is a master's degree. And then if you don't get your master's degree, please understand it is written in your trust fund and you will not get your monies. So you decide, do you want the money, the trust fund? That's up to you, which is kind of funny. And my first thought was like, I like that. She's like laying down the law. But then Susan's like, why are you being so soft? An option? You're giving it an option?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn. Susan's taking it to the next level.
Yeah. And she goes, this is not how to raise children. This is the option. This is my seed. I press success on their lives. And I say, Holy Ghost, fire. Holy Ghost, fire. Yes, Susan.
She's like, it's not like if you choose not to do this, you're not going to get money. It's like there is no choice. You are doing this.
Her and she's like, Holy Ghost, fire. If you succeed, I succeed. And you'll be sending me my monthly allowance. So thank you. Get to school.
And he goes, thank you. That was a beautiful prayer. So now we go back to Ashley's house. And now this is when her mom comes over and the kids are like crawling all over everything. And she's like,
Okay, Mom, well, we're on this healthy journey together, right? So I made you something that's called balsamic and grapeseed oil. Enjoy.
And she's like, Mom, I just we're together on this health journey, so any resource you need from me. Well, besides, I've really only got olive oil and a lemon. But
can I get some romaine?
You can't borrow money, Mom, but you can have some olive oil. You want some more? Mom, drink this olive oil.
She's like, do you have any arugula?
No, just olive oil. That's it.
So they're talking about how her mom's like battling heart disease and everything, and she wants her mom to be healthier. And she's talking about
really
her divorce.
Disease, though. That's the thing. That's the
What'd you say?
Her mom's not really battling heart disease, though. She may have it. She's not battling it. I think battling is when you're like, damn, this heart disease, I'm going to fix this. Sheila's coasting heart disease. She's like, I've got it. It's there. That's kind of what I'm like when the doctor, whenever the doctor tells me something, I'm like, well, what are you going to do about it? They're like, well, you need to make some lifestyle choices. I'm like, LOL. Okay, well, see you soon. I'll be sure to get my will in order. What kind of joker are you? Lifestyle changes.
And the doctor takes off his mask. It's Janelle. Oh my God. She's like, got you. I've been tracking you.
Here's what you need to do. Here's what fixes almost everything. More than prescriptions, even. Lower calories. Okay?
Peanut M&Ms.
I'll tell you
So,
what to put inside of you. Nothing.
so Ashley's talking about her divorce, signing papers soon. It's going to be happening soon, finally. And she basically do not believe her. And Sheila's like, well, you deserve to move on and have someone in your life. So then, of course, Ashley turns it around and she's like, well, I love hearing you say this because that's exactly how I feel about you. And she's basically like, you deserve to be with someone better than that garbage boyfriend that you're still with. And when we see a flashback of Sheila and, the issue with Sheila and her man, that was from 2018 when we started talking about this. It has been 6 years that Sheila, and prior to that it had been like 10 years, but I can't believe it's been 6 years since we first heard about this guy. And she is still with him. It's very sad.
It's sad, but it's like watching someone sit crisscross applesauce in the middle of a crosswalk. Like, what do you want from me? Get up, or I'm running you over. Like, I have to get to the home goods, okay? Like, you're making the dumbest choices I've ever seen in my life. And I like that Ashley actually said, like, listen, I'm a single mom now, and I cannot take care of her ass, too. Like, she gives her man all of this money. She works 12 hours a day, and now I'm supposed to take care of her? Hell no. I like how they planted this right above the Wendy scene, right after the Wendy scene, where Wendy's scene is all about how you have to take care of your mother. And then we get to this one, and Ashley's like, you better find a man who can take care of you, because this is not Dr. Wendy's house.
She's like, I don't want to take care of you. And so she's like,
So is he helping you financially?
and she's like, he has recently started. So the answer is no, and he has also not recently started. We know he's still doing whatever he's doing. He's done nothing.
Yeah, you can tell. And her mom's just smiling plastically, like, okay, Ashley, can we get this over with now? Because Ashley loves to have people over and then throw them under the bus on camera. She
That
loves
is her
it.
thing. It's her love
And her mom's
language.
just like, oh, Ashley, you told me you wouldn't do this to me today. So then we go over to the Willard, the famous The Willard, where we
Yes. The hotel named
and
after a prominent weatherman. But yeah,
yeah,
this is the big reception for Darius that Jassi is throwing. And I think this is hilarious because Jassi Jassi is very funny to me because it's clear that she really enjoys the role of being like a football wife, even though she's not a wife. But like she becomes very prim and proper when like discussing Darius and this event, and she goes, "I am so extremely proud of Darius, and being honored at the White House was really a moment to celebrate him. So I'm excited to see these ladies." And you can just see she's like, she gets a little, she sort of puffs up a little bit, and she's like, "We must act proper right now." It's hilarious. I love when the Real Housewives do this kind of stuff.
I am dating a famous person. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, that's what she's basically doing. She's like accepting an
Uh,
award from all of us for dating Darius.
not only did he get to go to the White House for the second time, he also impregnated about 3 women while he was there. And I just couldn't be prouder. I just couldn't be prouder.
But that all happened before, during, and after, but mainly before I met him.
We
So
were on
to
a
answer your
break.
question, we were on a break. We were together.
We'd gotten in an argument, and it happened at about lunchtime. Then we got back together at dinner time. So
But I didn't know about those children. So I only found out after the fact, even though they're still baking at the moment.
yeah. So yeah, this is kind of sad because she's acting like the first lady when she's most likely. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, timeline wise, it looks like she stole some man. Well, you shouldn't say steal, right? Like you're not supposed to say she stole a man. She helped a man escape. What would you say? She
I would
drove the
say
getaway car for the man who impregnated somebody twice? Or was she like having an affair with this guy and then he finally left the lady after the second child? I don't know. It's hard to
it's
figure out from the
unclear.
timeline what she did, but it's not above board. We know that much.
You
And
just
so
know that
she's having a fancy party at the Willard acting like the first lady, and it's kind of
she's like the
embarrassing.
last
And the
lady.
only reason she's not being called out is because he's rich and gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, no, she's definitely doing first lady when her position is third or fourth. So everyone's showing up. So Ink walks in. This is like Ink's first, like, this is Ink's first scene, I think, with the other women. So Giselle's, they're all looking at him because he is short. He's our short king. And Giselle's like, well, Karen said he was DJ Applebox. And yep, she's right.
She just starts cracking up.
DJ Applebox is so,
So rude.
oh, so rude, so
Also,
great.
Ray's not tall either. Isn't Ray like a little shorty too? That's funny. So then Giselle is telling Ink, she's like, so I hear things are going well between you and Gordon. And he's like, uh-huh. And Mia's like, oh, let me tell you, when we're together, there's nothing but love. You'll see it in a scene coming up. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's like truly, truly the greatest love of all. Whitney's going to come back just to see it. I mean, it is amazing.
And Ink's like, yeah, I mean, if we're operating with love and he truly loves his kids, he'll understand that. And that's what we're all trying to do. Make the kids' happiness the priority. Specifically my kids' happiness, not Gordon's kid, because it's not Gordon's. So then,
You gotta love when he's like, what we're really here to do is make the kids a priority. You were fucking the kids' mom in front of them. Like the daughter said to why is mommy sleeping with Ink? I mean, give me a break. You're making the kids a priority. You fucking liar. You guys are terrible. You are so shady and gross. And then Mia, the ultimate gaslighter. Like, Gordon, you're so sick. Gordon, look at you, Gordon. He's sick.
So then Ash, at one point, Ink takes off. He's wearing sunglasses the entire time, even though they're inside, and he's not famous like that. And so then he finally takes them off. So Ashley, she's like, oh, I don't think I've ever seen you without your shades, which was totally passive aggressive. And he's like, yeah, it's kind of my thing. And Mia's like, yeah, because, he's like incognito.
Who's recognizing Ink? Isn't he on the radio?
I'm just like, this is, you're not like Diane Keaton showing up in a shirt and tie. Okay, like, relax.
You're
You
also
don't
not
have a
very
fashion thing.
incognito.
You're not like Michael Kors in his black blazer and black t-shirt. Okay, you're so incognito that no one knows about you. So like let's like relax on this front first.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kieran and Greg arrive, and then Jassi is like, well, I don't want to hype shame people, but it's another one who's shorter than I would have met. That's not fair when you're dating a 7 foot tall person, okay? Your man took all of the height for all the other people, you know? It's like
Yeah.
he's like the top 1%, and you're like sitting here making fun of the 99. You know, that's not fair.
Also, Greg is taller than Kierna, I'd like to point out. So they
It
are
doesn't
like
matter for girls. It's only
they're
bad if you're a boy.
no, but what I'm saying is that like Jassi is like height shaming
see.
Greg, but like Greg is proportional to Kierna. You know,
I see.
normally the issue is when the woman is taller than the man. That is like traditionally something that women seem to have like that. The common feedback is that women don't love that. And in this case, I'm saying Kierna and Greg is not an issue. So I was like, Jassi, shush. You like you
Yeah.
said, you listen, you already are dating a very tall, muscular person. Don't make fun of the shorter social worker.
Right. It's like Heather Dubrow making fun of a poor person. You know what I mean? Like, you're worth millions of dollars. You shouldn't do that. And he's worth millions of inches. You know? That's not cool. So then Karen and Vivian arrive. And Vivian, I love that Vivian came on the show and then was like, no, this is
I
trash.
love Vivian.
Vivian
Vivian
like
shows up.
every other like week for 5 minutes. That's it.
I feel like Vivian is very elegant. I just love, she just shows up. She just seems great. And she's just, like you said, she's like, no, I'm not going to ruin my reputation over this bullshit, but I will show up at the Willard. This is more my style.
So Kay goes up to Mia and she's like, well, Mia, I want to clear up a few things because I realized some things were said in North Carolina saying that my man was a drug dealer. And Mia's like, okay, go ahead. Hold on. I'm gonna shuffle some imaginary pamphlets and make sure they're straight while you're talking because I open a chiropractic.
I have to shuffle imaginary brochures anytime I get a craving for an opioid. So Kieran is like,
Well, it was like very disrespectful to him because he's not a drug dealer.
and then Mia's like, well, are you talking about your ex-man or your new man? Because I said one of them. And she's like,
No, you said my boyfriend's a drug dealer, and that's what you said.
and Giselle's like, okay, so that man over there, you can't say that about him because he's like a social worker. That's detrimental to put it out there if he's not a drug dealer. I think it's detrimental for most people if you say that anyone's a drug dealer, but that's okay.
I think it's even detrimental for drug dealers.
It's actually the most detrimental because it's actually true and could send them to jail.
And Mia's like, well, okay, like he's not the drug dealer. The last boyfriend was a drug dealer. And we know that he's a social worker. Yes, very much so, a social worker. So you can just tell. Look at him.
Yeah, she goes, yeah, you can look at the way he just comes up to Darius's belly button right there. That's classic social worker. Also Mia totally is gaslighting here or just lying. Because in the flashback we see that Mia's like, how about you talk about your drug dealer boyfriend? And now she's like, no, I never said. I was like, no, he's obviously the social worker, the other one.
And I'm sorry to disagree, but actually, I remember this happening. She said, what about your drug dealer boyfriend? And she said, my drug dealer's not a boyfriend. And she goes, what about the last one? Mia said, yeah, well, what about the last one? So Mia was just using some old gossip.
Yeah.
And Kay, I think, knows, but she's like, still though, fuck you. And Mia doesn't care. She's like, hello, maybe I will swat you away and not care about what you're saying. You are not getting a fight for me. Because Kierna tells her and she goes, okay, I'm sorry. She's like, okay.
I'm sorry. He's clearly a social worker. You can tell by his Van Heusen shirt. I never should have implied otherwise. Now, does he have a wardrobe gimmick as well, or is that just my boyfriend?
So then TJ is like, wow, your legs look so good, lady that I know. And she's like, thank you. Oh my God, I hope our Chiron says Stacy and her piece of man meat. It's like Stacy and her friend. She's like, darn it.
So he comes in and he's like, "Hey!" And he does this thing that when he like shakes someone's hand, he comes in really high at first and comes down like his hand could like just like goes boom like a
He
roller
does do
coaster.
that. He does the
Like,
swoop down, like the
like,
whoa, it's coming.
what's going on? I was like, whoa. So then he's like, so Wendy goes, "Oh, this is Stacy." I'm sorry. So Stacy's like, "Everyone." No, I'm sorry. Wendy's like, "Everyone, this is Stacy's man." And he's like, "That's right, I'm the man. Yes, we're gonna go to the zoo. What's going on? Zoo and then the track and then the showers." So then
And then they're
Wendy's
like, "Oh my god, you said it for the first time ever. You admitted to being your man." He's like, "Oh yeah." And Wendy's like, "TJ is everything I thought that he would be. There's nothing sexual going on there."
the moment I met
guarantee
TJ, I
you.
knew immediately that man is not sexually active.
And it is funny because he does have like youth pastor energy. You know, he's like, "Whoa, taking a van ride. We're all taking the van ride to white sands. There are hills made out of sand that's white."
Ashley's like, "So Stacy's shared that you guys are friends, that you guys have like a really good friendship." He's like, "Yeah, nothing, no funny business ever. We just got closer." She's like, "Oh," and Eddie's like, "Well, you know, a lot of times great relationships often start with a great friendship." And he's like, "Right? They have to, right? Because after that, it's just physical, boring." Who cares about physical? What I'm talking about is going to the zoo. Am I right, everyone? High five. Who wants a high five? Low five? Any five? Come on, zoo people.
And now she's like, "Mayday, mayday." And she does say, what do you guys do together?" He goes, "Well, how about this? We just went to the zoo yesterday. What do you think of that?" My God, listen, man, I know that you're not having sex, but you don't have to kill my boner. I mean, Jesus.
Listen, I know you're holding a lot of stuff in right now, but why are you going to a place where you got to hold the animals in too? Like, go to places where things roam free.
I guarantee you that man is holding nothing in. That man is fucking somebody. There is no way. I don't believe for 1 second that this man is celibate. He just wants to be fame hoary and take Stacy's fame. He's not. He's fucking somebody.
He is He is definitely trying to like do some coattails action here, fame wise, for sure.
Yeah, he definitely looks like someone who's getting laid. He's very happy. He's not like. I mean, he's very like I think like this scene, he looks like he's just been laid like 50 times. It's like, "Hey, never felt better. Not fucking that one. Ha ha. Zoo time. All right." So Jassie's like, "Well, oh, so now Darius arrives and he's got his teammate Prince with him, who's a prince. Look at that. Who knew?" And they're all Jassie's asking the prince if he's single. And she's like, "Well, I do have a couple of friends that are single, so I wanted to make sure. We've got Ashley. If you date her, you've got Gollum basically visiting you every day and threatening you in a funny accent. So that's super fun. Who else we got?"
Giselle's like, "Wow, that arm. Whoosh, yes. Ah, ha, ha, ha." And then Wendy's like, "Oh, Darius, how was your visit to the White House? How did that go?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was good." He talks about like how he talked to President Biden and everything. And he's like, "Yeah, the food was better than last year. I can say that." They're like, "Oh, cool." Like, we didn't need to know that much. So then Jassie's like, "Okay, everyone, let me do a toast. I would like to thank you all for showing up from my amazing 3-time Super Bowl over 5'8" champion, Darius. Darius, can you tell the shorter men what it's like to be as tall as you? Because I think everyone would love that insight. Okay? Anyone?
Darius has never not been able to ride a ride. Everybody, let's give him a round of applause. Okay.
Darius has had to go through so much in life. I mean, so many bruises on his forehead when he accidentally walked into ceiling fans and door jams. It's something that very few of us will ever be able to understand.
Not only has Darius made it through all of this, but he was the first toddler to ever be able to ride the Matterhorn. Guys, let's give him a round of applause. Worth 2 Gregs. His name is Darius. Darius, God, you're tall.
You know, people may not know this about Darius, but he has incredible knee flexibility from all the times he's had to fold himself up just to get into a standard sized car.
So everybody's like, "Wow." And she's like, "You know what? I just like to say in this life, you guys, what's for you is for you. and no one can take it away. I'll bet the mother of his children doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
But nice speech, lady.
Yeah, nice. And then she goes, so cheers to my man. I was like, oh, there she is, laying the claim. I'm surprised
God.
she didn't do the
She's laying
old...
it on thick, huh?
Yeah, she's like, he's mine. I'm surprised she didn't do the whole, like, ladies, please no drama. Today is about Darius, my man, who won a Super Bowl, who's famous, who makes me adjacent to Taylor Swift. No fighting, please.
So everybody's cheersing. And so Mia goes over to say hello to Karen. She's like,
Oh, Karen, you look so nice. It must not be raining because you actually look dry for once.
and Karen's like,
Well, hello. So Giselle told me you were coming after me, and you are in no position to be coming after anybody, baby. Okay.
Wait a minute. If we're going to have this argument, let us stage this a little bit better. Come on over to this table so we can sit down. And all right, ladies, I just want to make peace. So I did share, Karen, what you said about Mia. I did not add any hot sauce. I just laughed a lot and said, go fight with Karen at Jassi's event with this information.
And Giselle, we see a flashback of Giselle saying, Karen said you had to go to rehab for opioids. And Mia's saying,
I didn't go to rehab. I ended up in the hospital because I overdosed. A big deal.
and then we come back. And Karen's like, well, honestly, you've been on me like white on rice. She's like,
I've not been coming for you. But I'm telling you how I feel. And that is how I feel. I thought we were friends, Mia. Friends. It's like, well, yeah, but now I hear you're saying that I went through rehab.
Yeah, you started it. You've been way worse.
Oh, I can't believe you would accuse me of going to rehab when you're the one who obviously most needs to have rehab. It's like a rehab accusation fight. So she's like, and if I did go to rehab, I'm woman enough to say I went to rehab, but I did not go to rehab. I went to the joint. I overdosed, and then I went to the joint chiropractic.
Okay, well, you went to the hospital then. She's like, yeah. And that's when I got introduced to chiropractic care. And they ask her about her opioid addiction. And she's like, oh gosh, it was right after Josh was born because of the cesarean. And so I got addicted to the pills. And then, I went to the holistic room. And that's why chiropractic came into play, because when you get your routine chiropractic adjustments, it removes the pain that's inside of your body and you never need to take medication.
Okay. Sure. All right.
Bravo's really trying to sell us a lot of bridges lately. We've got the chiropractor bridge. We've got the Scientology bridge. What else you guys cooking up over there?
I know, right? So Karen's like, well, so it's not too far-fetched for me to think that you were in rehab. And Giselle's like, well, you were being messy. She's like, well, I was returning to serve. Giselle's like, well, can we just get past it? Well, if you don't start shit with me, there won't be no shit. It's like Andy Burris said.
Mia's like,
I'm not coming for you, Karen. I love you. And if I do come for you, it'll be with an ambulance because I really love you, and probably a straitjacket, because you need that,
She's like, well, your love is very strange, girl. She goes,
oh, it's real. It's real. I have so much respect for you, Karen. I know what you're going through. It's really hard. I really, really do. I mean, I just wish you could find chiropractor for yourself. You fucking addict.
I just wish that when we were in Lake Norman, I could have put you down on that bench and had someone snap your neck around in half at my first ever joint chiropractic. But unfortunately, they had no idea who I was, so we had to leave there right away. So she's like, as a friend, sometimes your friends will always tell you everything that you want to hear. And like, I'm not a yes friend, I'm a liar friend. Okay, and you know that.
Yeah, Karen.
And Karen's like, you are messy and you're not supportive.
And now that can change. Well, probably. Well, there's hope. I'm going to say that you're wrong and I'm wrong for now for going low. So everybody there, I said it, I'm wrong. Everybody, where's the applause? Where's the applause? I've been wrong before. Not often, but I was wrong for about 5 seconds, Sam.
I'm very sorry for going low, and I just want to make a promise to every woman here at this table. I will go low again. I will do it. I will do it quickly, and I will do it lower every single time. Because when you go low, I return the serve.
And Mia's like, well, I'll go lower. She says, oh, we know how low you go. We just met him.
And Ashley's like, can I be on ground zero? Just be on ground zero. And Karen's like, we're on ground zero, and she's where the balls hang lower. All right. I mean, he goes, well, I like balls. She goes, oh, well, you know all about balls, don't you? Oh, God, she's at ball level. That's where she is.
And you know all about low balls. It's like, well, no, okay, well, I'm not the one. You know about you've been on a lot of public balls. How about that? So it doesn't matter. You may have normal heighted balls, but they are public for everyone. You might as well be on the MTA ball line right now. Big public
Balls are
balls.
your profession, professional ball person. And she's like, yes, it is. And so Ashley's like, because now it's just devolving into gibberish, you know. So Ashley's like, I think we made progress.
She was like, yes, they actually did. This ball discussion's actually a good sign right now.
So now Mia's talking about how Karen's court date's coming, so she's just going to give her a pass on that one.
Yeah.
And so Mia goes over to Ink, and they're like, what happened? And he says, what happened? And she's like, oh, nothing. It's not even worth it. I'm completely unbothered. Wah, wah, wah. So then we go to lunch with Karen and her cousin David.
Yeah. So this is the scene where Karen is going to make a case for herself that she was drunk driving because she hadn't really mourned yet. So Karen's like,
So much has happened. It started with the taxes. How they did not send a clip of the tax press release.
Yeah.
Or the tax press conference scene is beyond me. That was sorely missing from this. Shame on you, editors. Shame on you. But I do appreciate the deer in the opening of this episode, so thank you for that.
Lots
Shame
of
on you
deer.
for this. Yeah.
So she's like, oh, cousin David, I haven't seen you since the morning of my accident. Actually, when she first walks in, she's like, hello, handsome, sexy man. Who are you? Are you single? Just kidding. I'm actually your cousin. That was a disgusting joke if you think about it. She's like hitting on him as a joke.
So she's basically tells him, apparently he was on the phone with her when she got into the accident, so he starts crying because that was traumatic, you know, because you know that Karen was like, oh my God, there's 3 deer standing in the street right now, which one should I hit? He's like, Karen, don't hit any of them. She's like, fuck all of you, and then just boom boom plows into all 3, which turned out to be just one. And he's crying because he's very upset, and she starts her load of crap, basically like, it's been so stressful and I've never mourned. Karen, we've seen you mourning for 3 years. I mean, that's not to take away the pain, and I don't think that kind of pain ever goes away. I'm not saying that. Deflection, though. Come on.
It is a little. I agree. And so yeah, she's like, oh well, stress. I have so much stress. The silent killer. And so
You're the silent killer. You are the silent killer. You don't get to call things a silent killer when you ran over a deer.
I am so sorry, David, that you heard the crash that Giselle probably caused by adding more stress to my life. Let's be honest, it wasn't my fault. It's all those girls, all those evil, evil girls. But I'm so sorry, David. I know this was difficult for you.
Yeah, so he cries and she hugs him. She's like, we're blessed. We're blessed. We're blessed. So then we go to Mia and Ink's. And Ink is just winning children over. How you win them over? He's like, guys, you want a surprise? It's sugar. And they're like, they go fucking crazy.
They go crazy. Mia's kids are so sweet and so lovely. It really is heartbreaking to know that this is gonna eventually really affect them. And like right now, they're just innocent and they're just very loving. You can see they just are full of like so much joy. And so they're like hugging Ink
Almond
and everything.
joy.
What'd you say?
Almond joy.
Yeah, Ink's like everyone. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Am I right, kids? Which one do you want today? So they're like, you know, Jeremiah's hugging him and everything, and it's just so sweet. So then Gordon comes in, and Mia's like, co-parenting to me is a top priority, just behind gaslighting Gordon, but we're getting a divorce, and sometimes, you know, there's just like no boundaries. It can be a little uncomfortable, and something that we need to discuss with Gordon, so there we have it.
You were fucking this man while you were married to Gordon, and you're sitting here complaining about boundaries? What are you talking about? You are so nuts. You've been carrying on an affair with this man for years, and now you're going to talk about boundaries? You are something else, ma'am.
Although it sounds like Gordon signed off on it. Sounds like Gordon was like, look, go get banged somewhere else. It's fine. This is our arrangement. So I don't know. Like, it may not be quite as cut and dry as that.
That's still cut and dry because she ditched the arrangement the second Gordon lost his money, which I guess would be him cutting the arrangement
That's not
first,
about to
right?
say.
That would be part of his arrangement.
Either way,
Wow.
it makes for some
It's just
compelling
funny listening to
garbage
Mia
TV.
pretend all this is like totally normal, and she's like moralizing every 2 seconds. Like, oh my God, he's really fussing with the boundaries here. No, Mia, you don't get to say shit like that, lady. God.
So she's like,
Gordon, can we have a conversation about telling the kids about the wars?
and he's like, no, I've said many times, I'm not going on camera to discuss this. And Ink's like, hey, I feel I missed something. Gordon's like, did someone say something? Is someone in here? Oh yeah, that's Ink. Come around from the kitchen island so Gordon can see you.
He's like, oh my God, is that the phone book? I've been looking for that thing. Could you give that to me? He's like, sorry. So Gordon's like, this is between us, not you. And I told Mia, I'm not filming with you when you and I are together with the kids. I'm going to be cordial, but I'm not going to basically he's like, I'm not going to act like this is all cool with me and normalize your fucking relationship on TV, because that's totally what she's trying to get him to do. Look at us, we're just a happy little family. Gordon's here, crazy Gordon. We're taking care of Gordon and the kids. Isn't that crazy? Gordon, you want a cookie? Gordon, you want some sugar? Gordon.
She's like putting a shock collar on him. Ink's like, well, look, I'm not trying to push to do anything. What I'm doing is supporting my lady, who I guess was your lady, but it's my lady now. And what I'm doing, okay, like, is I am here for co-parenting reasons. But even outside that, we get along, Gordon. I don't have an issue with you. And Gordon's, it's like,
Yeah, we have a lot of work things. We have to work things out because we have to figure out what's best for our kids.
maybe not hashing this all out on TV, Mia.
Yeah. So Gordon's like, I won't do it. I'm not going to make this okay. I'm not okay with it. And Ink's like, well, I don't need your promotion, which, bless Ink, doesn't really understand
No.
words.
And
And Gordon's like, well, I didn't ask you to. I'm not about enriching this situation. And Mia's like, there are children involved.
he's
Okay.
like, I don't care.
But he is around children, so you should want to know what sort of man is around your kids.
Ink is like, technically one of them is my kids. So Gordon's like, well, when I look at him, I see a person that has had adultery with my wife. I also see a person who's trying to separate my family. And that's what I see when I look at him. I was like, this is so dark. This entire scene is wild.
Yeah, and Ink's like, "Oh, that's crap. That's crap." And he goes, "Oh, that's not what she said." And he goes, "Oh, wait, time out. You guys were already in an expired situation. Oh, it was expired, wasn't it? Just the time ran out on it." He had his time with the library book, and now it's up. What the fuck are you talking about, man? And Gordon's like, "Well, what about you having an affair with my wife? And shortly after we got married, she got pregnant and had an abortion because of you." Okay, you know what?
I was like, this
Come on
is
now.
wild. So wild. And so Ink's like, well, that's my first time hearing about that. And Mia's like, stop. And
And
Gordon's
by
like,
the way,
bullshit.
not affected at all. Gordon's like,
He's like, yeah, you had an affair with my wife and then she had an abortion because of you. So he's like, Ink's like, yeah, I did not know about this. So Gordon's like, and did you have 2 affairs with my wife at least? I'm like, is it 2 affairs or has it just been kind of one long continuous affair? Because let's be honest, this thing never stopped.
Gordon, she was having an affair when she married you. I think it's pretty apparent now that she's always been with Ink. You were the affair. She just got married to you.
Yeah. And Gordon was having an affair also, wasn't he? With Mia? Or did I get
when
that
he
wrong?
was married?
Wasn't he
I don't
married when he
remember.
met? I don't remember. There's so much messiness
I
between
mean,
the
I
two of these.
assume so, which is terrible, but I just assumed, older guys. That's what they're doing. Generally. Trade him in for the younger model, the younger show woman.
Ballroom stripper.
So Gordon was like, so Mia's like, well, understand the circumstances, Gordon, because you were going through something. You were so poor, Gordon. Does anybody have something Gordon can suck on? He's losing it again, everybody.
He's like, well, was there adultery committed? She goes, well,
I was willing to make it work and stand by your side. It's just not fair. You know what you put me through? What you put me through was not normal.
and he's like, okay, you know what? I'm done here. So he's gonna leave. So he leaves. And Mia's talking about how she's been in this relationship that she's wanted to leave year after year after year, which I believe, actually. And she said that because of his illness, she would stay in the marriage.
I'm
And
sorry,
she's
is
trying.
his illness money? Is that what it's called? You might want to rethink that sentence.
But he has to get to a point where there has to be some level of self-accountability, you know? So now she's like, oh, no, oh my God, Ink, my mind is blown. I need like a moment. I need a moment. And Ink's like, look, just there's kids in the room. We don't want the kids to hear all that. And she's like, yeah, I know, but
We don't want the kids to hear that profanity. You were fucking their mom while they were in the house. What are you talking about? This is making me crazy. This moralizing. Like they're like, oh my God, we must protect the children. You two are the ones that fucking wrecked all of this for the children. What the fuck are you talking about? It's taking crazy pills. Do you think I haven't read a whole lot of comments and stuff this season. Do you think people are falling for this horse shit of Mia's, or do you think they're just like, oh, Mia's gross?
I don't know. It's so funny because this is quite the scandal, but I don't feel like anyone's really invested in it. Everyone's just sort of like fascinated and amused. But like, no, I personally have not noticed a lot of people whipping themselves into a frenzy about it. They're like, oh, okay. Well, it's either this or Teddy Mellencamp, so let's do this.
I know.
This is what we have.
It's interesting that I feel like in any other show, this would be huge. This would be a huge scandal. But I just feel like with Mia and in particular, it's just like, oh, but it's Mia. So like, of course, like nobody's surprised. It's just like, oh, there's a Mia storyline,
Yeah. And she just is like, I guess it's the issues that I have is because I've sheltered the kids and I don't want the children to be privy to us figuring it out. Although I'm pretty sure that she said preview to us figuring it out, which was funny to me.
She said preview. And she's like, the kids don't even know that you and I are like an item. Yes, they do. And she's like, they just think you're my best friend. And that's what I wanted to talk to Gordon about while the kids are here. Like, if you didn't want the kids being previewed to this information, you could have done this at a restaurant,
Yeah. So she's basically like, she's saying that she's lived 11 years of this craziness and, like, Gordon, you can't influence me any longer. I'm not a 22-year-old girl. I deserve happiness. I'm done. And that's where the episode ends for the week.
Dun,
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 dun.
Well, that brings us to the end of the Real Housewives of Potomac. We will be live with Kempire tonight over on our 5:30 Pacific time YouTube live show and Instagram live. So check it out there. And if you missed it, the audio will be up later this week. Just join us live every other week. Also, that's it. If you want to watch us, go to Patreon. If you want bonuses, go over there. And we'll see you next time. Guys, you know what? We love you guys, okay?
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King. It's always automatic with Ashley Auto.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit. Dana C. Dana Do.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey. You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurtz.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Rigging the Funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets a name from us, it's Lindsay D. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
We love her on the rocks, it's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Have a heck of a time with Rebecca.
The highest tally, it's Sarah McNally.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender.
She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters. She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
If you like Watch What Crappens, you can listen ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
I'm Lindsey Graham, host of Wondery's show American Scandal. We bring to life some of the biggest controversies in U.S. history: presidential lies, environmental disasters, corporate fraud. In our latest series, entrepreneur Lou Pearlman becomes the mastermind behind two of the biggest pop groups in the world, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. He also oversees a sprawling business empire that includes a charter jet company, restaurants, and real estate. But Pearlman's successful facade crumbles after he's sued by the boy bands for siphoning millions from them. And soon, investigators discover that Pearlman is keeping his empire afloat through an even more devious scheme. Follow American Scandal on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Experience all episodes ad-free and be the first to binge the newest seasons only on Wondery Plus. You can join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Start your free trial today.
Have you ever wondered who created that bottle of sriracha that's living in your fridge? Or why nearly every house in America has at least one game of Monopoly? Introducing The Best Idea Yet, a brand new podcast about the surprising origin stories of the products you're obsessed with. Listen to The Best Idea Yet on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.